Hey y'all, Chelsea and Danny here.
Enjoy this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube.
Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford. Real projects for real homeowners with real solutions. Information and inspiration on improving your home from professional remodeler Danny Lipford.
I'm really glad you joined us this week because you're about to see a lot of work take place over the next half hour. Now, the carport that you see behind me and the storage area is being converted, and an addition is being built, all to create a very nice bedroom, bathroom, storage area, laundry room. All of this will be completed during this week's show. So stay with us because you're about to see one heck of a before and after picture. Yes, this is the same job site we looked at earlier, but a lot of work's taking place over the last few days. The carport structure that originally was right here has been completely removed because the additions are going off this direction as well as that direction, so a lot of roof work will take place with the hip roof that's being built over the new addition to tie back into the house. So we completely removed the flat roof that originally tied this area into the house because homeowners have had a lot of problems with that flat roof anyway. Now we're at the stage where we've dug all of our footings, we have our rebar in place, and you may hear the concrete truck behind me about to pull in to pour all of the footings for us. Then after that, we'll be blocking up with regular 8x8x16 block, and then the fill dirt that you see behind me will all be compacted, then we'll be pouring a new slab. Now the reason that we chose not to use any of the existing slab is because the thickness is just not there. In order for us to have footings to support all of our walls, we need at least 24 inches in this part of the country. In other parts of the country, that may be as deep as 4 feet. So we're leaving this in for fill. We'll pour right over it. Now you may be curious as to why we have the red clay within the area. In this part of the South Alabama, as well as many parts of Georgia, this is a very commonly used material because it's kind of a sandy type of clay, and it'll pack real well and provide a good base for the new concrete slab. The first step is to pour our footings, and I'll turn it over to our finishers. Well, after the concrete footings were poured and everything set up well, we had our block masons out to lay our blocks up. Then all the red clay we showed you before was all spread out and tamped well. Then our concrete finishers were out and really gave us a good slab to build the new master bedroom suite on. Now I could show you the plans, but let me show you exactly where everything's going to lay out. Right here is going to be part of the master suite, being the large walk-in closet. Right back in here, we'll have a nice master bathroom. You can see all the plumbing coming up, which was carefully plumbed in to be exactly where we needed it, because all of the pipes you see will end up inside walls that'll be built very soon. Back over in here, we have a little entryway. You can see the sunken area in the slab so that if any rain blows in here, it'll roll right on out and never get inside the house. Back over on this side, we have our washer, our dryer, our water heater will be here. Then the entryway will carry right up into here. You can see the pipe that was plumbed in here that'll eventually be our air conditioning and heating system. This will take the condensation lines to the outside where the condenser will be located. This will enter on into a real nice size master bedroom. Out on the end will be a storage area that'll be accessible from the outside. Then the other drop-down slab that you see here, it'll actually be an area, a little patio area, so that you're in the master bedroom, you'll be able to walk right out onto the patio, and once this fence comes down, you'll be able to enjoy the swimming pool that's right on the other side of this fence, which really looks good on a hot day like today. Now, of course, one of the things that has to be considered when you're pouring a slab like this, or even if you have a wood floor system, consider what type of flooring will actually end up on that floor. Now you can see by this one, we really have a nice smooth slab, and the reason for that is the homeowners have decided to use carpet and a lot of vinyl flooring throughout this area. We're putting a lot of vinyl down these days. So having a nice slick surface like this will ensure we won't have any problems later, 60 days from now, when they're putting this floor down. Now, over the last couple weeks, in spite of some very rainy weather, our framers have been able to complete the framing of our bedroom, bathroom addition. Also, our roofers have been out to install all of the shingles, tying it back into the house and giving us a nice dry spot to work on the inside of the addition. On the outside, the brick mason is preparing to reinstall all of the old bricks we removed from the original back side of the house. Now, these are an old Chicago solid brick, a variety of different colors, even some little paint here and there to give it a little character, and it'll work out perfectly to make the addition not look like an addition, since it's the same bricks we have on the house, so no problem there. A few of the things we've done to prepare for the brick mason: of course, all of the sheathing's been installed, including some 1/2-inch foam board that went up on the majority of the outside. Then on the corners, for a little bit of strength, we put in 1/2-inch plywood, covered it with building felt as a moisture barrier. Also, we came along and put wall ties, or commonly called brick ties. These will end up in between the courses of the brick to really tie it to the building. Now, one of the things we encountered during the job is that where this wall ties into the original part of the house is exactly where the electrical service originally was to the home. Of course, that had to be removed, and in order for us to maintain power to the home for the homeowners as well as the construction crews, we had our electrician install this temporary pole. Now, the temporary pole allows power to be fed back through the building to all of the original sub-panels on the home, and they've also provided us plenty of plugs here to plug in different air compressors and everything else we need for the job. So that's worked out real well, even though it's one of those added expenses you have to consider when you're building a large addition like this. Also, if you're thinking that you may need to upgrade your electrical service, now's the time. Now, in this area, the bricks will continue around. They'll sit right on the porch and continue around the rest of the addition. But here, during our foundation stage, we recessed the slab just slightly and provided just a little bit of a grade so that when water from the rain blows up into here, it'll just peel right off onto the new steps that we'll have with no problems in it being able to sneak into the addition itself. Now, earlier in the show, I was able to walk around the new slab and give you an idea where the different rooms will be laid out. Now you can really see them. Now, here's the nice wide foyer area that we have coming in from the driveway. Over on this side, laundry room, plenty of room there. Here's a little utility closet where we'll position the relocated water heater and a few other things. Hallway leads into the main house in this direction, the master bedroom. And it's a nice size bedroom at that. But one of the nice design features that I like about it is the two windows that give you a great view of the existing pool and the backyard. It's a real good idea the homeowners had to incorporate the bedroom with a view like that. Now, down on this end, it's a storage area that's accessible only from the outside. Now, it won't be heated and cooled, so we'll need to make sure we have insulation in this wall. Now, over on this side is a large walk-in closet that's accessible through the bathroom. Now, with shelving and rods, they'll have plenty of space for all of their clothes there. And the bathroom looks a little large, but once you get the large 6-foot tub in here and the stand-up shower here and the 2-bowl vanity over here, it'll really shrink down the overall size, but still plenty of room. Another nice design feature, the glass block insert window here. Now, if you like glass blocks and you really would like to have one in your home, you may consider going with a unit like this that you simply nail in place, none of that laying all the individual blocks in, and you can also get them in different types of density so that you can let more light in or less light. Over on this side, the little water closet with a toilet will be positioned, linen closet here, and all the elements are here to really improve what the homeowners started out with, a lot more space. Now, at this point in our framing, it's a perfect opportunity for me to answer a question I get asked all the time. What is a load-bearing wall? Well, this is a load-bearing wall. Let me show you why. It's load bearing because it's carrying a lot of weight. You can see all of the roof bracing above me here and how we have the braces going down, sitting right on top of the wall itself. So it's carrying a lot of weight there. It's also carrying weight from the ceiling joist that runs across the bedroom and across the bathroom and sits together right on top of this. Now, if you have any question about a wall that you're thinking of removing in your house, make sure you get a structural engineer or a knowledgeable contractor to look at it before you start tearing that wall out. Stay with us. Now, it's been several weeks since we were on this project, and basically it's all complete. One detail the homeowners are just now deciding on exactly how they want to handle it involves the driveway area. The new driveway's been determined exactly how it'll be. That work will start in just a couple weeks. Now, otherwise, all of the brickwork has been completed on the outside. All the cleanup's been done so that the landscaper can get started. Around back, the transition area between the pool and the new rear porch is all complete. Columns are in place, and all of the drainage grates and piping are all complete, ready to handle one of the next rainfalls. Now, on the inside, basically everything's complete and ready for the owners to move in. Now, of course, all of the finishing touches have been taking place over the last couple weeks with the paint work, the flooring, the trim. Everything's basically complete other than a few doorknobs here and there that are on special order. Now, the homeowners did a great job in working with the draftsman to end up with a nice floor plan like they have. And they really gave some careful consideration to how the laundry room would lay out. And they're really glad to have their laundry room back after being without a washer and dryer for 2 or 3 weeks. Here you have the washer and dryer, laundry sink, and an extra refrigerator all lined up on one wall. Up above, the set of cabinets that came out of an earlier kitchen renovation, and still plenty of room for a 5-foot hanging rod, which really comes in handy in a laundry room like that. Now, this is the back entrance to the house, and most likely will be the one that the homeowners and the children use most often. And as a result, the kids will be coming in, dropping off the backpacks, a few shoes, a few sweaters. So they're planning on installing a nice shelf unit here. That'll be a piece of furniture that'll catch a lot of that storage there. Now, there's plenty of room in here, and also plenty of room in the master bedroom. Now, this is the perfect size master bedroom for me, 15 feet by 19 feet, and the owners have really thought about exactly where all the furniture will be placed. Here, obviously, is where the head of the bed will be, with one electrical outlet on this side as well as here, and the phone jack. And of course, on the opposite side of the room, you got to have that television. So here's the cable TV outlet and an electrical outlet to plug all of that in. Also, they have several other electrical outlets around the room, so you're in good shape here. You know, they've really thought about the efficiency of design throughout this entire addition, and the same goes for their master bathroom. Now, the homeowners wanted a nice wide entryway into the bathroom. We accomplished that by using 2 doors that will tuck away instead of 1 door that could really get in the way. Now, here in the bathroom, there's plenty of room with a long vanity, 2 bowls, and plenty of storage down below. But the homeowners are going to have to share the walk-in closet, but I have a feeling it's not going to be a problem with the size that we have here. Plenty of hanging space, we have the shoe rack down below, and a lot of storage here in the little shelving cubicle area that we have. Also, plenty of room in the shower, very large, and the whirlpool's not bad either. Also, we have the chrome on both the faucets as well as the hand wand. Now, I mentioned the homeowners are really anxious to move into the new area, and so they'll be moving later today. Moving, a little hard work, maybe a few sore muscles. I'll bet someone ends up in the tub tonight. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's show. I know we moved fairly quickly through this renovation, but we wanted to focus on the importance of a good design. Now, keep in mind, the homeowner spent over a year working with their draftsman to get the design that's perfect for them. The result is a very successful project. So the next time you're considering a renovation, take your time on the planning. It's well worth it. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week.
It's time to pick up a few tricks of the trade from Danny and home repair expert Joe Truini in this week's Simple Solution.
consistently, painting tips are one of the most popular parts of the show. Now, if you're about to do some rolling around your house with a paint roller handle, Joe has a couple tips for you.
You're right, Danny. The paint roller is a great way to apply a lot of paint really quickly. But even in an average room like this, you're probably going to apply 2 or 3 coats and not finish the job in one day.
And boy, it's a real pain to try to clean a roller pad with taking your hose and working on it like that. I mean, it's kind of a mess, too.
Well, you don't have to do that. And here's the tip. Grab an empty grocery bag and just pull the roller sleeve off the frame. And then wrap it up tightly. Squeeze out all the air. That'll keep it nice and soft. Hold it with a twist tie, and if you're not going to get to the job, back to the job till the next day, just pop this in the refrigerator, and the next morning it'll be nice and fresh, and you can go right back to work.
Boy, I hope you don't mistake that for a midnight snack.
No, you better not.
What are some other problems here?
Okay, here's another one that happens all the time when you're using a paint roller, is if you use a roller that's been, like maybe it's a year or 2 old, it loses its tension, and as you're rolling the paint, the sleeve has a tendency to work itself off. And then you get all paint gummed up in there.
Yeah, that's a lot of mess. Also, it can scar up the wall if that gets to the edge of the wall.
Right, so here's the trick. All you need to do is grab the bars on the roller cage and bend them back out to their original position.
Now, this really helps if you have a better quality roller frame, too.
Right, this one actually is a pretty good one. You notice it has 5 bars. The really cheap ones only have 4, and they don't have as much tension. But just bending them out a little bit, you'll notice it locks it right on there.
Boy, this will make the painting go a little bit easier around the house and a lot neater.
Now let's join Danny at the Home Center to check out this week's best new product.
By now, everybody knows how well a storm door can help insulate all of those entryways around your home. But this storm door is a notch up from a lot of them that I've seen. It's called the Forever All Seasons door from Emco. And one of the first things I noticed in looking at the door, how thick it is, 1.5 inches, aluminum cased foam insulation. So it really is an insulator for all of the doorways around your home. Also, weather stripping here connects with weather stripping there for a real nice tight seal. Now, most storm doors only have 3 hinges. This one has 4. Most only 1 closure. This one has 2, and it's available with a closure that's called a bump stop, that you actually just touch it with your foot if you're carrying a child or groceries, and it'll hold the door open for you. Also, it's very attractive with several different colors and brass accents, including a real brass doorknob, not like the little simple ones that you get a lot of times on storm doors. This one also has a keyway that will match the key to your home so that you can get this key just like the same key for your house. You won't have a lot of those extra keys. Now, also available in a lot of colors, as I mentioned, with this one being wineberry. It's also available in white, almond, sandstone, and green. Now, you'll pay just a little bit more for this door than you may a normal storm door. This one between $200 and $250. But you'll only buy one of them because it's guaranteed for as long as you own your home.
Now let's go outside for Around the Yard with Danny and lawn and garden expert Barbara Katz.
You know, ground cover is great in a lot of areas of your yard because it grows very rapidly. But that spreading can be a problem when it spreads into areas you really don't want it to. Barbara, what's the solution?
Well, you've got a couple of solutions. The first thing to understand is that it's spreading because of its root system, and the roots will probably spread even before you ever see any top growth. So, if you move to some type of edging, and there are lots of different kinds on the market, we've collected a couple here. This is plastic, it's green, it's very inexpensive, and it's very unobtrusive, and it's not that difficult to put in place. You would just dig a trench through here and really jam this hard into the ground. It's got a little bit of flexibility, so you can shape it around some beds. But there are a couple other options. You could go to a slightly different color. There are other kinds of plastic edging, something like this. I like these because they're inexpensive, but they are not as durable as something like a brick paver or, you know, another kind of a stone product. Something like this, Danny, is going to stand up a little better, and you can either lie it in lengthways like that or dig, if you're feeling energetic, a slightly deeper trench and put them in like this. If you do that, you're going to have edging that's going to really stand the test of time.
Now, will some of these actually grow over and still have to do a little weed eating from time to time?
Yeah, I mean, nothing's completely maintenance-free, so you got to cut it maybe once or twice a year, but it's going to stop the roots, and that's what's important.
Okay, now also, anytime you're digging a trench like this in and around any flower bed, you need to be careful not hitting any irrigation lines or any of the wires going to any of your landscape lights.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.